Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Chat O'Clock on Vantage TV, where we bring you the top stories that made the rounds on the entertainment scene. I am the fantabulous, of course,
Sure.
beautiful,
Of course.
amazing, Mayowa, and of course,
If you don't use as much adjectives,
we have
as
the
you do for yourself,
fantabulous remainder, Laifa,
who's the only one? I'm Lifa, the amazing, gorgeous, talented.
which you should know by now.
Yes, which
Of
you guys
course.
should know by now.
Uh-huh.
And together, we are the entertainment sisters.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, so today we are here at the best chill spot in Lekki, Kohinoor,
In
Lagos.
Lagos.
Now, before we dive right into what we have for you guys today,
Let's look around.
So today we'll be talking about a very dicey topic, but before we go right into that, we cannot forget to say that domestic violence is not just specific to a particular gender. Both genders are and can be victims of the domestic violence situation. So let's dive right in. Today we'll be talking about the Bimbo Martins and
IVD
IVD.
story.
I mean, it's running.
Everybody
It's
is everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It's on all the headlines. People are coming out to voice out their own things.
What
a
they
lot-
think about
Yeah,
it.
what they think about it. And to be fair, it's a very dicey thing for us to talk about. And I don't want a situation where like we also get backlash. You get.
Yes.
But I mean, I have to bring the news to you guys. So let's give them a little bit of backstory. So
37-year-old IVD Ikechukwu Ogbonna was taken into custody of a state criminal investigation department, Yaba, Lagos. Right?
yeah, of course.
And according to the news, he was arrested for the death of his wife, Bimbo Martins, who died of fire injuries after another dispute between her and her husband.
Yeah, and I hear that that's
Which-
not the first time they're in the news for domestic violence. Because I can recall in 2019, there was a report that he had beaten her into coma while she was pregnant.
Imagine.
And, yes, and then I think there was another video out in October 2020 where he posted a video on his Instagram story, that is Ikechukwu Ogbonna, a video of him apologizing to his wife and, you know, them mending fences and, you know, back together, celebrity couple and all of that. People are saying, oh, that as soon as she saw the first sign, she should have.
Of course.
That's your opinion as well.
Yes.
No, but I believe
I
that
mean-
people are flawed generally. That's one. And no relationship is perfect.
For me, being
I'm-
flawed is
please,
different.
when I say being flawed, I use the word loosely because I'm not giving room to that being an acceptable character. If you're beating up your partner,
That one is
like,
extreme.
it's
it's not just
rubbish.
being flawed. You're
Yeah.
you're a beater, a wife beater, or
No,
a
and I
husband
get that.
beater,
I'm
a
not saying that
bully.
that's his character. I'm not saying that that's something that you should accept. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that no relationship is perfect. Yes. So I would say
You
work
see this
through it.
phrase, no
Yeah.
relationship is perfect. It's
Yeah.
what is making a lot of people not live abusive relationships.
Okay.
It's actually
Now, I want to approach this properly so that I don't, you know, take people off. But I feel like we all know what we can tolerate and what we cannot. Of course, I'm not expecting anyone to tolerate.
before you
being
get
abused.
into an
in any
abusive
kind of way.
relationship,
Yeah.
anybody who has been in an abusive relationship will definitely, before they go into that relationship,
Yeah.
will definitely say, "Oh, I can't stand a man that beats me," but they were withstanding it in the relationship.
So
I've
you're
I've
saying
heard of
they're probably
scenarios.
being beaten during the relationship.
I've heard of
before
situations.
marriage.
I've heard of situations where someone told me there was this particular girl that said if her boyfriend didn't beat her, he doesn't love her.
What?
Yes, and there are
Okay,
people like
now,
that out there.
I think we need to make it clear that there are extremes. Okay, you saying that your partner being violent with you is a means or a mode of correction. That's completely unacceptable. Because I can't for the life of me imagine my friend or my daughter coming to tell me, oh, he beats me, but it's his way of showing that he loves me.
He loves me.
That's total
That is
rubbish.
extreme.
But what I mean by people should work through things is this. People would obviously say things like, oh, for him to have been this way, they probably have been having arguments in their relationship. Relationships
I'm
are such
sure
that
the
people
beating
have
did not
arguments.
start in. That's
Yes.
what I'm. It didn't start in marriage. It definitely started with the relationship, and then apologies came after. Oh, it won't happen again.
Okay, so I have a question. Are you saying that the slightest red flag or the slightest discomfort
out, yes.
you take
Yes,
away?
yes, you leave.
Then,
Because
then at what point do you now say, okay, I want to stick to this relationship? Because let's be honest, it goes beyond love. It goes beyond the butterflies in your stomach. There are days where you don't feel that excitement anymore. What do you do on those days? When someone else is in your space, you begin to see things about them that, look, I don't necessarily like, but because I love you, I'm willing to go
you're
through
going
that.
to see a lot
Yes,
of that.
like I said, I'm not saying that you being a wife beater is acceptable. I'm
Or a
not saying
husband
that.
beater.
Or a husband beater. I mean, because there are people who go through emotional abuse, physical abuse, so we cannot
It's
downplay
not
all
just
those-
physical.
Yeah, it's not just
Not
physical.
just physical.
Because I know that people will be saying that, okay, because it's more women that are coming out to say it comes to them as, okay, no, it is only women that are victims. No. There are a lot of men that if they had the
They
opportunity
could
to speak up on what that they've gone through emotionally and psychologically by their
even
partners,
physically,
and
because
even
I've
physically,
heard
because,
men
I mean, it's not just
that say
subject to men.
exactly,
you
their
know?
women attack them with knives or
So, but the thing about it is, I feel these things. Now, personally, if you beat me, I'm gone. Personally. But when I say things can be worked on, it's just like you said, you've seen the red flags. There are people who have red flags and you can't
Well, here's what me I'm
discuss it,
saying.
and it's trashed out there. And
Here's
then.
what I'm saying. Worked on by who?
Both parties,
I have anger issues.
okay?
Before I get into partnership or relationship with anybody, I already know I have anger issues.
Yeah.
I have to work on that by myself if I do not like that part of myself.
Yeah,
Now, we are all flawed, like you said,
yeah, we are.
but consciously, you're working on that negative side every day to make yourself better. Someone that becomes violent in a relationship, it didn't start today.
Okay. So
And I'm sure you know it's a bad thing. There are signs.
Yes.
Do you
What I'm
understand?
trying to say is, look, those things, like you said, you've seen it in maybe the way he shouts about something that you do that he doesn't like, or maybe he's cranky in the morning or she's cranky in the morning. Things like that, those small things. You can bring it up and then have a conversation about it, and then both of you are working through. If you now said there is no progression, then you can leave. I've tried my best.
Sense.
I've done it all.
That makes sense.
I'm not
saying immediately.
Stay in it and then
Exactly.
wait until there's an actual threat to life.
That is my point here.
No, you're saying the slightest inconvenience, take a hike. I'm saying
But by slightest, I'm not saying immediately does
communication
it.
is key, and I feel like also people should be accountable. I know of I don't know if you know Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo and his wife Major Kingsley Okonkwo. She said that she said that when they got married, when they were about getting married, her husband took her to people that he said, look, in case my brain they do one or two, these people I feel like can call me back. Okay. And I feel like people need to have that, because now her brother is coming out to say, oh, I was aware of this, he needs to go to jail. You know, he's just making a fuss. And people are saying it's clout, because at the end of the day, when these issues came up the first time, he could have said something like, yes, I know about this and I would want this to stop. You know, things like that. You don't wait until the person is there, because now most of the situations, that one thing that we see is that when the person is dead, that's when family members come out to say, oh,
chasing crowds.
Yeah.
They won't report the case to the media or people that are willing to hear that,
Yeah.
oh, my sister is being abused and we've told her, but she refused to come out of it. But when the person is dead, one brother will come out.
Yeah, and
I'm not trying to talk
look,
to anybody in
I
particular.
get he's hurt, but I feel like
You should have done that
He could
before.
have nipped it in the bud as soon as he knew.
Exactly, before.
As soon as he knew. Because what? You guys are family. Speak to the person. If your sister is saying, oh, now I would stay in this marriage, you talk to the husband. I feel like these things could have been resolved
before it got to this
for
stage.
those of you that are out there, man, woman, animal, beating their partner.
Oh my God.
Remember,
The Lord is watching you.
That's all we have to
We
say.
are watching you.
We are watching you. So guys, we are begging, we are pleading. If you're in a relationship that is violent, don't mistake that for love. Walk away, because it is not when you're 6 feet under the ground that you now begin to seek justice.
Yeah, the only thing people will do is pity.
It's pity. and say, oh,
Why
I knew.
you can japa,
Yeah.
japa.
Take a hike and be on your way.
That's it.
You get, but I still have to say this. These things, if you see it in the beginning and you can work on it, work on it.
Yeah,
Because
of
the thing
course.
about it is give people room to grow. You
Relationship
never
is all
know.
about communication.
Yeah,
When you
communication
communicate.
is key, and please be accountable.
Yes, please.
That's it, guys, on today's edition of Chat O'Clock on Vantage TV. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. I mean, what I listed 14 times. You're still looking at me. Do it now. You are watching. Anyways, bye, guys. We love you.
And she remains Laifa.
You
And
will
I'm
remain.
in Mayowa.
Why she
I
saying
see
so
you
quickly?
guys
Bye, guys.
in the next video.
It's okay. Not too much.
My fans.
No, Look at that.